The Denver Broncos are a scary football team right now. They got an offense that can hang 30 on you in their sleep. They got a defense that can frustrate you, stopping the run, getting after your quarterback. They got a shutdown secondary. The Denver Broncos and what's supposed to be a wide open NFL this year, why can't we see them in the Super Bowl? I asked the same question about the Los Angeles Chargers. Why can't we see the Chargers in the Super Bowl? Why can't the Chargers beat Kansas City? Well, I'm asking that question about the Denver Broncos now. Because unlike the LA Chargers, the Broncos, not only are they playing just as good, if not better football than the Chargers, but they're more healthier than what the Chargers are. And football is the game of attrition. And right now, with how healthy the Broncos are, it's easy for them to just roll through the rest of their schedule because there's not a single team that the Broncos play this year that they don't have the ability to get right with. They can beat Kansas City. They could beat the Ravens. They could beat Buffalo. They could beat the Philadelphia Eagles. They already have beaten the Philadelphia Eagles. They can beat the LA Rams. They can beat the Green Bay Packers. The Broncos can beat anybody. Sean Payton, most of you guys hate his guts, but this is one of the best offensive minds in the history of the NFL. When he retires, he will be in the Hall of Fame. So you got A-tier coaching. You got an A-tier offense that has a great offensive line. Bo Nix is playing good football. He was a little bit shaky to start this season, but he's now started to settle in and he started to ascend. You're now starting to see Bo Nix take that next step in his development. His rookie season, he wasn't that good against good teams. He wasn't consistent on a week-to-week basis. Now you're starting to see way more consistency out of Bo Nix. Now his wide receiving core does have a bunch of household names outside of Cortland Sutton. Most of you guys can't name another receiver on this Broncos team without using ChatGPT or Google. But they do have a good core of guys who they can rotate in and out who can be productive. You saw Pat Bryant catch a touchdown earlier in this game. I feel he can be a really good receiver for Denver if given more opportunities. Troy Franklin has started to come on. He has started to figure out that if he can actually hold on to the football, he can make plays. Drops is the only thing that has played Troy Franklin. And with how good J.K. Dobbins has been, along with the rookie running back that they drafted out of UCF, I mean, they're stacked everywhere on offense. They don't got a lot of household names, but they got a bunch of guys who can come in and be productive. And their defense, with the amount of star power that they have at edge rusher, is just downright outrageous. It should be illegal to be as deep as what the Broncos are as far as what their pass rush goes and how much depth they have at that area on the defensive line. Zach Allen, the most underrated interior defensive lineman in the league. Unless you're just a diehard football junkie or you're a Denver Broncos fan, you don't know how good Zach Allen is. Their linebackers are really good. Dre Greenlaw, when he's healthy, we know he's one of the best linebackers in the league. Talanoa Hufanga is a former All-Pro. The Broncos have as talented as a team as anybody and a good enough team that they could go the distance in the playoffs. Kansas City, I said this before the season, that this wasn't going to be the walk in the park AFC West that they've been used to winning for nearly a decade. The Chiefs have won the AFC West every year since my freshman year of high school. I was 16 years old at that time, or 14 years old. I don't even remember. But all I know is I'm about to be 23 next year, and the Chiefs still are winning the AFC West. But this year, things could be a lot different. Because now there's not a gap between Kansas City and the Broncos anymore. Now you can kind of say that the Broncos are on the same tier as what the Kansas City Chiefs are now in terms of talent. If anything, maybe the Broncos have exceeded the Chiefs as far as talent goes. And when they end up playing this year, we could very well see the Broncos mop the floor with the Chiefs, because the Chiefs just don't have enough weaponry on defense to slow down what the Broncos have offensively. The Broncos can beat you so many different ways when they actually choose to take shots downfield, and Bo Nix can actually connect on the deep ball, and you couple that in with what they can do on the ground with J.K. Dobbins, with Bo Nix and his legs. They have so many different ways that they can beat you that they're incredibly hard to defend. They can beat you in a shootout. They can beat you in a low-scoring defensive slugfest. We've seen the Broncos win about all styles of games this season. They've done it all. Shootouts, defensive slugfest. That's what you look for in a championship team. Championship teams have the ability to win a variety of different ways, a variety of different styles. I could see the Denver Broncos knocking off Kansas City in the AFC Championship this year. I don't believe that the Colts are going to be playing Kansas City for the right to make it to the Super Bowl in the end. Listen, the Daniel Jones redemption arc has been fun to watch. But the Broncos have a better team than Denver. I trust their coaching staff a lot more than Denver. And I think that Bo Nix is playing like one of the better quarterbacks in the AFC right now. So I think right now the Broncos are the scariest football team in the National Football League at the moment.